Have you ever watched a master at work? The calm in their eyes, the deliberate movement of their hands, the way time seems to slow around them, while the rest of the world blurs into insignificance. I have spent decades pursuing this state, this perfect union of mind and action. And you know what I discovered? Mastery isn't about being perfect. It's about being perfectly focused. I still remember the first time I truly understood this. I was 17, training until my knuckles bled at a small gym in Hong Kong. For hours I had been practicing the same punch over and over and over again. My technique was flawless, my body positioned exactly as my Sifu had taught me. But something was missing, and he was right. My thoughts were everywhere. On the girls walking past the open door of the gym, on the argument I'd had with my father that morning, on what I would eat for dinner, on how tired my muscles felt. My body was present, but my mind was absent. People often ask me about strength. They want to know how to punch harder, kick faster, move more powerfully. But they're asking the wrong questions. Physical power is limited by the body, but mental focus has no limits. A focused mind can accomplish what seems impossible, because focus eliminates everything that stands between you and your goal. Let me tell you something most people never realize. Your greatest opponent isn't the one standing across from you. It's not your boss, your competition, or even your circumstances. Your greatest opponent is distraction. It's the 1,000 tiny thoughts pulling you in different directions, fragmenting your power until you're left with nothing but scattered efforts and incomplete results. Look at the world around you. Everyone is busy, everyone is moving, everyone is doing, but how many are truly focused? They check their phones while talking to loved ones. They think about work while at home, and home while at work. They start projects they never finish and make promises they forget to keep. They are everywhere and nowhere at the same time. Is this how you've been living? Be honest with yourself. When was the last time you gave something your complete, undivided attention? When was the last time you were so immersed in what you were doing that time disappeared and the world fell away? This state, what some call flow, isn't some mystical condition reserved for masters and geniuses. It's your natural state when distractions fall away. It's what happens when your mind becomes like water, unified, powerful, and directed. The tragedy of modern life is that it's designed to fragment your focus. Every notification, every headline, every new worry or desire, they're all slaps at the water of your consciousness, splashing your power in 1,000 useless directions. And then you wonder why you feel drained but unfulfilled, busy but unproductive, constantly moving but getting nowhere. I studied the ancient martial arts philosophers as intensely as I studied fighting techniques. Do you know what the old masters said was the greatest skill a warrior could possess? Not speed, not strength, not even courage. The greatest skill was the ability to remain undistracted. But here's where most people misunderstand focus. They think it's about forcing the mind into rigid concentration, about gritting your teeth and pushing away distractions through sheer willpower. This is not focus. This is tension, and tension is the enemy of true power. Real focus is not rigid, it's fluid. It's not forced, it's natural. It's not straining to pay attention. It's becoming so absorbed that you couldn't look away if you tried, like water flowing in a single direction, gathering force as it moves. When I'm training, truly training, not just going through motions, time disappears. There is no past to regret, no future to worry about. There is only this punch, this kick, this moment. Synchronizes with my movement. My mind becomes silent yet completely alert. I don't think about what I'm doing, I simply do it with my whole being. This state isn't exclusive to martial arts. The painter experiences it at the canvas, the musician at their instrument, the surgeon in the operating room, the parent fully present with their child. It can happen during the most extraordinary challenges or the most ordinary tasks. I once spent an entire afternoon practicing calligraphy, drawing the same Chinese character hundreds of times. Hours passed like minutes. Why? Because I wasn't just writing a symbol, I was pouring my entire consciousness into the movement of the brush, watching the ink flow, feeling the paper's texture, experiencing the perfect marriage of intention and action. That single afternoon of focused practice taught me more than weeks of distracted effort ever could. This is the secret that most people miss. 1 hour of absolute focus. is worth more than days of divided attention. The first dragon is external distraction, the endless noise of the modern world. Your phone buzzing, people interrupting, the constant barrage of information demanding your attention. People are at the mercy of these distractions. They react to every notification, like a dog responding to a whistle, fragmenting their focus 100 times a day. I learned early to create sacred spaces for focused work. When I train, my studio becomes a fortress against distraction. No phones, no interruptions, nothing to pull my mind from the task at hand. You must do the same. Carve out times and spaces where nothing, absolutely nothing, is allowed to interrupt your focus. Guard these sacred spaces as a warrior guards their life, because your life's work depends on them. The second dragon is internal distraction, the restless wandering of your own mind. Even in silence, in solitude, the untrained mind jumps from thought to thought like a monkey swinging through trees. Never still, never settled. Many believe they cannot control this mental chatter. They are wrong. The mind can be trained just like the body through consistent practice and proper technique. The ancient practice of meditation isn't some mystical ritual. It's practical mental training, strengthening your focus muscle, just as push-ups strengthen your arms. Each morning before I begin physical training, I sit in silence for 20 minutes, focusing only on my breath. When thoughts arise, and they always do, I acknowledge them without judgment and gently return to my breath. I don't fight the thoughts. Fighting creates tension. I simply redirect my attention, again and again, training my mind to return to what matters. At first, this practice is frustrating. Your mind will wander constantly. This is normal. But with practice, day after day, week after week, you'll develop a mental stability that most people never experience. Your ability to direct and maintain attention will become your superpower in a world of scattered minds. The third and most dangerous dragon is divided intention, wanting too many things at once, chasing too many goals, serving too many masters. Even if you conquer external and internal distractions, a divided purpose will still fragment your power. I learned this lesson painfully early in my career. I wanted to be a martial arts master, a movie star, a philosopher, a teacher, and a businessman, all at once. My energy was divided, and my progress in each area was slow. Only when I learned to focus intensely on one goal at a time, to pour all of myself into a single worthy challenge, did I begin to achieve the success I sought. This doesn't mean abandoning your other dreams. It means organizing them in time, focusing completely on what's most important now, then moving to the next priority with the same undivided attention. As the ancient saying goes, the man who chases two rabbits catches neither. The first principle, focus follows purpose. You cannot maintain focus on what doesn't deeply matter to you. The more meaningful your goal, the easier it is to stay focused. I never had trouble focusing during training because I understood exactly why I was training: to express myself honestly through my art, to push the boundaries of human potential, to embody the principles I believed in. Ask yourself, what am I doing that's worth my complete attention? If you can't find a compelling answer, either find deeper meaning in what you're doing or find something else to do. Life is too short to give your precious focus to meaningless pursuits. The second principle, focus thrives in simplicity. Complexity is the enemy of focus. When your environment is cluttered, your schedule is overbooked, and your goals are numerous and conflicting, your focus will always be fragmented. I simplified everything in my life that didn't directly contribute to my goals. My training regimen, though intense, was built around a few core exercises performed with complete attention rather than dozens performed hastily. My philosophy, though drawn from many traditions, was distilled into principles I could actually live by. Even my famous quote, "Be water, my friend," takes a profound concept, reduces it to its essence. The third principle, focus requires rhythm. The human mind is not designed to maintain intense focus indefinitely. Even the sharpest sword must occasionally return to the sheath. True focus comes not from forcing your mind into constant concentration, but from finding the natural rhythm of engagement and recovery. In my training, I discovered that 90 minutes was my optimal period of deep focus. Beyond that, the quality of my attention would begin to deteriorate rather than push through with diminishing returns. I would take a short break, sometimes just 5 minutes of complete rest, or a brief meditation, before returning to training with renewed focus. Find your natural focus rhythm. Work with your mind's natural cycles rather than against them. Periods of intense focus followed by brief, deliberate recovery will take you further than endless grinding ever could. Fourth principle, focus deepens through mastery. The more skilled you become at something, the easier it is to focus on it. This creates a powerful upward spiral. Focus leads to improvement. Improvement facilitates focus. Deeper focus creates greater improvement, and so on. When I first began studying Wing Chun Kung Fu, simply remembering the basic forms required intense concentration. But as I mastered these fundamentals, my focus became more natural, allowing me to direct my attention to increasingly subtle aspects of the art. Eventually, I could enter a state of complete focus almost at will, because the basic movements had become second nature. The fifth principle, focus is fed by fascination. Willpower can force attention for short periods, but only genuine fascination can sustain it. When you're truly fascinated by something, when it captivates your curiosity and engages your natural interests, focus becomes effortless. I remained fascinated with martial arts throughout my life because I never stopped discovering new depths to explore. I constantly asked questions, experimented with new approaches, and connected my art to broader principles of philosophy and human potential. This persistent curiosity made focusing on my training a joy rather than a chore. Cultivate fascination in whatever you pursue. Ask better questions. Look for connections and implications others miss. Approach even familiar tasks with a beginner's mind. Open to new discoveries. Fascination is the fuel that powers sustainable focus. And let me be absolutely clear, multitasking is a lie. It's not a skill to develop, it's a trap to avoid. The human brain cannot focus on multiple attention-demanding tasks simultaneously. What people call multitasking is actually task switching, rapidly shifting attention between different activities. And each switch carries a cost in time, energy, and quality. I never achieved anything of value through multitasking. My films, my martial arts innovations, my philosophical writings, each was the product of periods of deep, undivided focus. Even when training different aspects of my body, I would focus completely on one element at a time. Power, then speed, then precision, rather than trying to develop all simultaneously. The world will tell you that constant busyness and divided attention are unavoidable. The world is wrong. The most successful, impactful people in any field are not those who do the most things, but those who do the most important things with complete focus. Day 1, create a focus sanctuary. Designate a specific time and place where you will work with absolute focus. Turn off all notifications. Tell others not to interrupt you. Clear your environment of distractions. For just 1 hour, give something your complete, undivided attention. Day 2, practice the art of single tasking. Whatever you do today, whether eating, conversing, working, or relaxing, do just that one thing. When you eat, just eat. No phone, no television, no reading. When you talk with someone, just talk. Give them your full attention. Notice how different the experience becomes when you stop dividing your awareness. Day 3, identify your prime focus hours. We all have times of day when our mind is naturally sharper. For me, the early morning hours were sacred. Pay attention to when your focus comes most easily, then schedule your most important work during these hours. Don't waste your prime focus time on trivial tasks. Day 4, practice the focus reset. Whenever you notice your mind wandering, don't judge yourself. Instead, take one deep breath and gently bring your attention back to what matters. Do this 100 times if necessary. Each return is strengthening your focus muscle. Day 5, narrow your purpose for the day. Rather than trying to make progress on a dozen different goals, choose the one thing that would create the most value and focus on that single purpose. As the Zen saying goes, when walking, walk. When eating, eat. Working on your most important goal, do only that. Day 6, embrace the power of deep preparation. True focus requires that your mind be free from nagging concerns and unfinished business. Take time to organize your environment, clarify your commitments, and prepare thoroughly for important work. A prepared mind can focus fully because it isn't constantly interrupted by its own reminders and worries. Day 7. Find flow in physical movement. The body and mind are not separate. Sometimes the path to mental focus begins with physical focus. Choose a physical activity. It could be martial arts, dancing, running, even walking with perfect attention to each step. And lose yourself in the pure experience of movement. Notice how your mental chatter quiets when your body moves with complete presence. After these 7 days, you won't have mastered focus. Mastery takes much longer, but you will have experienced glimpses of your mind's true potential. You'll have tasted what it means to be fully present, fully engaged, fully alive. And once you've experienced that state, you'll never again be satisfied with a life of distraction and divided attention. Let me tell you a story from my own journey. In my early 20s, I suffered a severe back injury that left me bedridden for 6 months. Doctors told me I might never practice martial arts again. For someone who had built his entire identity around physical capability, this was devastating. During those long months of physical stillness, I could have lost myself in despair, anger, and distraction. Many would have. Instead, I turned my focus inward with an intensity I had previously reserved only for physical training. I read thousands of pages of philosophy and martial theory. I developed visualization techniques so powerful that my mind could rehearse movements my body couldn't yet perform. I kept a journal where I clarified my thoughts about martial arts and life, eventually developing many of the principles that would form Jeet Kune Do. When I finally returned to physical training, something remarkable had happened. My focus had deepened beyond anything I'd known before. I could enter a state of complete presence at will. My movements, though initially weaker, were imbued with a clarity and precision that surprised even me. That injury, which seemed like it would destroy my martial arts journey, actually elevated it to a level I might never have reached otherwise. Why? Because it taught me that unstoppable focus doesn't depend on ideal conditions. It doesn't require perfect health, perfect circumstances, or perfect environments. It requires only a decision to direct your full attention to what matters, regardless of limitations. Whatever limitations you face right now, whether physical, financial, educational, or circumstantial, they are not barriers to developing unstoppable focus. They are the training ground where your focus will be forged. Remember, the focused mind finds solutions where the scattered mind sees only problems. Focused mind continues when motivation fades. The focused mind accomplishes in minutes what the distracted mind struggles to complete in hours. I've reached the end of what I can teach you with words. The rest of the journey is yours to walk. But know this, every moment of undivided attention, every instance of returning to what matters, every choice to focus deeply rather than scatter your energy, these are not small things. They are the foundation of everything meaningful you will ever achieve. The world is full of talented people who never realize their potential because they cannot focus long enough to break through obstacles. It's full of passionate people whose impact is diminished because they chase too many goals at once. It's full of intelligent people who know what to do, but cannot maintain the focus required to actually do it. Start today, start now. Choose one thing that matters deeply to you. Give it your complete, undivided attention, if only for minutes at first. Feel the power that comes when the scattered pieces of your awareness unify into a single, unstoppable force. Start today, start now. Choose one thing that matters deeply to you. Give it your complete, undivided attention, if only for minutes at first. Feel the power that comes when the scattered pieces of your awareness unify into a single, unstoppable force.